Welcome back to another friggin' episode of...
It's a funeral episode right there. Hey, that's a good... No, keep it going.
No, this is happening. I'm over it. I'm so upset. This is Life in Pinstripes.
Yes.
And guess what? It's now Death in Pinstripes.
Cue the funeral music. One of those things. There's a reason. The bagpipes, Amazing Grace, glowing skeletons, Halloween. I don't know what was more scary. That...
Or the Yankees' performance in the playoffs.
Just absolutely disgraceful, disgusting performance.
First off, let's take it down from the top. This is episode number 34.
How about my guy, J. Happ, who was a savior in this postseason?
Not really.
Kind of.
He was okay. Remember, he gave up the game winner to Correa.
Besides that game winner, but he was okay.
But he was good. I'm just in all-hate mode right now.
I'm devastated.
Let's take it from the top.
All right.
The New York Yankees played the Houston Astros in the ALCS, much looking like 2017. We knew we had
a rematch. We needed payback.
Big task at hand. Big task. The thing was, I just wanted to see us play our game.
Game one looked like we were playing our game.
Game
I
one's
had
like,
some hope.
Yeah, it's like, here we go. Here we are. Yeah, no.
After that, oh my goodness. If you've seen our previous episodes, you can literally see us be the most happiest fans to just absolutely just being a train wreck.
Disgraceful.
Depressing.
Disgraceful. You know, and not to say that... No, I am going to say it.
Do it.
You stunk. You flat out stunk.
You sucked the life out of New York City and Major League Baseball.
I can list on one hand, one finger even, players I'm proud of. I'm looking at people like DJ LeMahieu.
Of course.
Rock solid. Consistent.
Lifetime contract.
Please.
You've got my vote.
Yankees, Glaber.
Glaber.
Had a Glaber day there. He still did add a little pressure to himself because the rest of the team looked like god-awful trash.
Just absolute. Oh man, I can't, dude. I got so many words I want to say.
We don't even know where to begin. Basically,
let's start with the positives.
Okay, the positives are DJ LeMahieu.
Of course, yeah.
Glaber Torres. Couple pitching, Paxton.
Paxton, he earned his pinstripes in Game 5.
Yeah.
In the do-or-die game, it was either win or go home. And first of all, that was the first move that Aaron Boone made that actually paid off.
Yeah.
He was about to take Paxton off. He's like, no, I'm good. Keep me in.
Remember the time you saved Green because you were worried about him? And remember the time it didn't matter anyway and he gave up a 3-run home run in Game 6?
Yep.
Remember the time you took him out and put in Ottavino?
And first pitch to his buddy, George Springer, decides to go bye-bye. And then after that, Ottavino just became just terrible.
The whole series. And you know what? We could do a lot of what-ifs, like we said, but...
No. No more
Baseball.
of the what-ifs.
Baseball.
What-ifs, that all happened back on Sunday at like 12:06 a.m. when our season ended. I don't know, just a random time. Somewhere around there.
Disappointments, Edwin.
Dude, I'm sorry, man. You're not coming back to Pinstripes. I do not want you on your team, on my team anymore.
You looked gravy during the regular season. You also looked okay in the ALDS.
And then you looked sour in the ALCS.
Sour like a sack of grapes. But
dude, you figure you would turn into a Sour Patch Kids. First he becomes sour, then he becomes sweet. He was just sour the whole time.
Good Halloween joke. Because guess what, ladies and germs? It's the Halloween episode. Gave a little shout out to Ace Ventura / The Mask. I watched The Mask yesterday.
I love that movie.
What a classic.
That's such a great movie.
People will be wearing a lot of masks coming up in this Halloween season. And one of them is going to be me, and it's going to be the disappointed Yankee fan.
Dude, this is already our mask as it is.
One thing I got to say that was very interesting.
Yes.
As a Yankee fan, never take winning for granted. Yes, since my whole life, they've always been in it, at least. They've always had a team.
Of course.
We don't experience years like the Red Sox experienced this year. Our drop-off years would be, we lost in the wild card game, or
we lose in the ALDS.
Never happened. Or we lose in the ALDS, but that would be a drop-off year. Yeah, there was a
we had a couple
handful where we never made the playoffs.
We had a couple kind of of years in 2014, 20.
But say that stat that you told me that was.
Okay, so this is the first decade since the 1910s that the Yankees have not made a World Series appearance.
Correct. Say it again. It's been 100
100 years, a century. Literally every decade we've made the World Series.
At least once. At least once.
Yes, except for this decade. How depressing is that?
We won it obviously in 2009.
Yep.
And since then, we have not been back to that big dance.
Not even close. Actually, the closest we got was 2017.
But even in 2017, that year was different. I knew the Astros were much better, and I knew it was a long shot. This year, I knew the Astros were still good, but I felt like our team had it, and our hitting was something to be reckoned with.
I thought we were better than the Astros. Game 1 proved, I'm like, okay, this actually may be a little bit easier on our side. But
other than Game 1, I don't know what happened, but we needed an APB put out on all of our hitting because where did it go?
There was literally in our lineup, there was probably maybe 2 hitters I trusted in that entire lineup.
Yeah. And it's weird because all year you were able to trust everyone. And the whole identity
dynamic
was man up.
Shattered.
It was shattered. You couldn't trust anyone. It was a weird feeling to be feeling at the time. You shouldn't be feeling it. You don't have the at-bats or the time to see if this guy's going to shake the rust. Because we watched Edwin look god-awful. Even Judge, he hit the home run against...
Verlander got on base, saved a couple of runs, but in specific times where you needed a Judgian blast, he came up short almost every time.
He was very quiet at the plate. I saw a ton of swings and misses.
Not only that, I saw tons of pitches that he could have did some damage, and he fluffed on it.
Yeah. Nice. Fluffed.
Yeah.
But it was gross because we didn't even get to play our game.
No.
Now, granted, we did win Game 5, and it kept the thing going, but...
It felt like after the game, I don't know which changed the momentum of the series. I think it was after Game
2.
Yep.
Game 2.
After the Correa walk-off.
Yeah, because...
You had a feeling that something was going to be shifting to Houston's side.
You knew the pendulum was going to shift, and it would have been much nicer to have a 2-0 lead heading back home, but guess what?
I wasn't complaining with a 1-1, though, because I thought we had a shot at one point.
But I knew in the soul of my soul that, we still had the big names to face. We still had Garrett Cole, even Greinke again, and Verlander again, but when you had a 2-1 lead on Verlander, and then you had Chad Green come in and do his thing, and then you put in Ottavino.
First of all, I heard, how many times I mentioned this. Why the hell would you put Ottavino if we're losing? That's my first question. I understand you want to keep the game
in Game 1. In Game 1.
Game 1. Oh, it was like Game 3 or 4. Actually, no, he put it in both Game 3 and 4. He didn't. I don't think he recorded it out.
No, but Game 2 wasn't that?
Yeah, Game 2 was when he gave up that first pitch ding dong to your buddy. I'm like, oh.
That's when the pendulum swung. And you know what, Aaron Boone. At first, I was very upset with you with the lineups you were putting out, pitching changes. Saying that Tanaka was tired after he threw 69 pitches and hadn't been touched. You gave the Astros a little
momentum,
a little chance again. Why give them a chance?
That's the thing. They take advantage of mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
And they
didn't even play that well either.
No, they played like absolute crap. I want to say the S word so badly, but I held back.
Soccer. But
yeah, totally.
The uglier thing is, I'm thinking to myself, okay, Boone, what the hair follicles are you doing? But then I thought to myself, it's got to be coming from upstairs. You look at the situation.
You think it's going out with the Steinbrenners?
Something like that. Because you look at the Giancarlo Stanton situation. I guarantee you Boone's like, hey, my formula's been working all year. Next man up, this guy, this guy, this guy. Mike Ford's the hottest hitter in baseball right now. Let's get him on this roster. You know what? Somebody said, hell no, we're not having a $200 million man not on our 25-man roster. And of course, it looked great. Game 1, he hits a home run. But then what does he do the rest of the series? He sits on his anus and...
Just say ass for kind of...
Anus! And it just seemed like it took the air or wind out of our tiny little sail.
Let me just say this. When Giancarlo Stanton was in the lineup, the Yankees never lost a postseason game.
Yeah.
They swept the Twins with him in the lineup.
Oh.
They won Game 1 in the lineup, and Game 5 when he got put back in the lineup.
Even though he struck out, it didn't matter.
Even though he struck out
there
3 times, he was there, provided somewhat of an offensive jolt, but then...
It just seemed weird that the decisions made at the time, like he...
First of all, Aaron Hicks, what? First of all...
Yeah, Aaron, guess what? I get it. You hit the whole 3-run home run against
Verlander, which was sick.
Which was cool. It was great. But he really just wrapped a ball right off the pole there and whoop-de-friggin' do. Cool. The rest of the series, you're put in the 3 spot.
You know how much that bugged us, by the way.
It bugged me because you have him, who had just gotten off an injury, in the 3 spot. You have Gardner and Edwin and Sanchez in the other core parts, 5, 6, 7, 8, in parts of the lineup. We had absolute peanut butter and fluff right there in the middle. Mm-hmm. When you needed your smooth hot chocolate.
There was nothing smooth. Literally, the smooth was probably the 1, 2, and 3 hitters when you put Glaber in the 3 spot. Then after that...
Even Judge, though, in 2 was like, dude, what the heck? Like, I'm just so disappointed that we didn't even get to go down swinging metaphorically.
All right.
We kind of did because DJ did that one great thing.
In
gave
Game
us
6.
That one, I meant to say one hope. Game 6 hits that 2-run home run off of Ozuna to tie it at 4-4.
Which was dope, by the way.
Wow. The hope was still alive, even though we looked terrible.
First of all, I was dancing, I was screaming, I even scared my cat. And I was home alone when DJ hit that home run. I'm like, oh my goodness. We actually have some life. I'm like, okay, this is finally the time where we're actually going to make it to a Game 7.
Yeah.
And make it to the World Series. But then, the one moment that pissed me off beyond belief. You get DJ to tie the game, and then Chapman, who was pretty much reliable the entire season.
And playoffs.
And the playoffs. And you mess that up. You give up a hanging slider to Altuve and he crushes it.
Yeah, and then...
Breaking the hearts of Yankee fans like me. Like, literally doing this. That really hurt, by the way, when I did it.
And that little smile he had in his face, listen, I'm not upset about it because...
At first I was.
In the moment, that's the whole point of this modern culture. The slow motion replays you watch in football, and you're like, oh, come on, that wasn't even that bad of a hit. It's tough. In live speed, we want to we can't overanalyze because it's just happening. But in slow motion and in replay on all angles, you can make a story out of anything. And at first, it did look like he was laughing, but I knew.
But it's
a disappointment smile.
It is a disappointment.
Wow.
Guess what?
It's either laugh or cry at that moment.
Think of it this way: Mariano Rivera, when he gave up that walk-off little bloop single to Luis Gonzalez in Game 7 of the World Series, he had a little smile. You know what it is? You ever have those moments where you're just something so horrible just happens that you can't help but just like kind of laugh at it?
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened to Aroldis Chapman. That night I was pissed off. I'm like, dude, what the hell you doing?
Because we wanted something to blame and
yeah,
there was just so many things we could blame.
And then the next day I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. And it was just was this season a failure?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I hate to break it to you. 103 wins. Literally piles, I'm going to bleep this out, piles of on
beep, beep, beep. We were backing it up, baby.
Obstacles beyond belief. Domingo Germán. 30 guys on the IL with like 45 different IL stints, and we still win 103 games.
There was more money on our IR than the entire Rays lineup.
Yes, let that sink in. We had guys consisting of Ford. We had guys consisting of Frazier, Talkman, Maben. I can name it all. Tyler Wade. They still won 103 games. You know that the end result would be the cherry on top of what would have been of an awesome season. But instead, they go down, flat on their face, pissing off Yankee fans.
It just is so heartbreaking because you do something for 103 games and even in the ALDS, and then you don't even, game 1, but you just didn't look like the New York Yankees that you were all year. And
and
people are all worried about the pitching and this and that.
First of all,
pitching wasn't even that big of a problem.
If you think the pitching was the issue in this series, you clearly have not been watching this series.
And if you didn't know this, the Yankees' ERA for the starters was a little inflated because they could be, because our hitting
was so putrid that is just...
in the regular season, I'm saying our hitting was so monstrous. Yes, it was putrid
in the playoffs. Regular season,
we could get away with a little bit higher ERAs because
you could have gave up 7 runs and still win the game,
and we'd win 13-7. Like, not once after game 1 did I feel like we were there at all.
No.
I'm watching these. It's also because in the at-bats, it's one thing, like, for real Yankee fans and real baseball fans, you can watch these at-bats and know what's wrong with him. Even if he has a 2-1 count, but, like, he's taking the pitches down the middle. He's swinging and missing the balls out of the zone. These guys were off rhythm and, like, playing tight. And then I watched Glaber. I watched Glaber after game 1, realized, okay, rest of my lineup seems to be not here, so I'm going to add all this pressure on my back.
You're going to put all this pressure to a 22-year-old rookie?
And guess what?
Mistake number, like, 5,000.
Yeah, exactly.
222 right there. So.
That's like, there's a laundry list of stuff. But you know what? It is the death episode, the death of the New York Yankees. We're wearing black. This is a funeral.
It is,
but
yes.
Life does go on.
But
and baseball will go on. And we should give a little love to the Washington Nationals, who are rocking the socks off these Astros right now.
Yeah. Who would have thought, by the way? The Washington Nationals.
The thought, I would not.
The thought, I didn't even have them in the postseason on March 27th.
You've got Garrett Cole gives up 5 earned runs.
And then Justin Verlander looked like absolute crap too. He gave up, I think, like 6 runs in like 1 inning or something like that.
There was he gave up 2.
Oh yeah, he gave up the home run to Suzuki.
He gave up the Suzuki home run to make it 3-2. And then he was either responsible for a guy on or whatever. The bullpen gave up all those runs, but it was a tight situation where they had second and third. Oh, here's a cool stat.
Yeah.
For those of you who didn't know, the Houston Astros did not have to intentionally walk one person the entire year.
Except
Juan Soto.
That guy's a beast.
Another man for Han Solo, Juan Soto.
Juan Soto
came up and was, in the 2 games, he's been on base 6 times. Need I say, one of those times he rounded the bases and he hit a ball as a lefty. Now, here's the other reason that he's interesting. At the age of 20, Garrett Cole, in the first time he faced him, threw 3 straight fastballs. 97, 98, 99. Soto, thinking of a chess match, maybe expecting a slider on the last one, swung and missed and all. And unlike a young person normally would do and maybe huff and puff and blow his life down, he goes back and says, okay, all right, I'll be ready for that fastball next time. And he was.
Oh, man.
He hit a ball where no lefty has ever hit a ball before.
That was the furthest ball I think I've ever seen hit in Minute Maid Park.
Yeah, and up in the tracks there.
From a lefty.
As a lefty.
That's impressive.
And this kid is 20. Now, he's also the guy who hit that game-tying / winning single against the Brewers in the wild card game. If that ball was fielded correctly, who knows if they'd even still be here. But this is just baseball. This is what makes baseball great. You have no idea the momentum and the timing, but it does come down to great pitching, but also timely hitting.
And the Nationals so far have both.
They have everybody stepping up. And I loved seeing, because you know the Astros are going to put up a 2-spot on you the first inning, and they've done it twice, by the way.
Yep.
But I love seeing Ryan Zimmerman.
Finally, he gets a World Series appearance and delivers.
And in his first at-bat, he lifts his team off that bench. They're like, okay, now we can do this. He made it 2-1, I believe, in the bottom of the second.
How about Garrett Cole's reaction after he gave up that home run? He's like,
ball. He's looking for the ball again. He's like, I don't even need to turn around. Ball goes over his head. Give me the next one. That's gone. That's definitely gone.
Let's be honest. After the ALCS, we wanted the Nationals. I'm like, go Nationals, but you're just like, I wasn't expecting this.
It's still a hollow cheer, you know. As it's not like I get any joy from, because listen, as a Yankee fan, this might be a little arrogant to say, but I'm not used to losing in general. It happens. You can't win every time.
No, I know.
A lot of fans like
it was just this
Red Sox fans love to do that thing where they love the Red Sox and any team that beats the Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
I get it. We get it.
We
awesome.
get it.
You're cool. But we also don't spend that many years sucking ass.
No, we haven't had a losing record since 1992.
1992. That's kind of recent for us. I was expecting like the 1800s. But I digress. I will say, I'm not the type of guy to be like, go Nationals. It's, for real. It's still it's a hollow cheer.
That Sunday I was like that, but then, being the loyal, humble,
well, of course,
good sportsman like that. But obviously, congratulations, Astros. You were obviously the better team in the end.
And it's like they also didn't play that well.
No, they actually played worse than us.
And we're gonna bleep this out too.
Yeah.
But it was against. We were the ear. We were worse. It was bad against worse, and we were worse. And the bad is carrying over for the Astros. They just had their two best pitchers lose.
They got their socks rocked pretty much.
Their socks are rocks. I didn't even know I was going with that, but I had something funny to say. But Max Scherzer and Steven Strasburg looking good, guys. Now, grinded out that win for Scherzer and grinded out that for Strasburg. These guys threw 114 and 112 pitches respectively, or other way around, whatever. But you don't have any of their managers being like, all right, I want to save this.
No, they actually pitched until like
their arm drops off, because guess what? Now they're up 2-0 in the World Series and taking it home.
Aaron Boone, take notes on that.
Aaron Boone.
You
buffoon.
Because when we make the World Series one year, I do not want to see you pull out Tanaka after like 60 pitches in 5 innings. I don't want to see that.
And who knows when we're going to make it again, because we have a stud lineup right now, but we have some question marks coming in the offseason.
Keep them or dump them questions.
Keep them or dump them real quick. We got some obvious keep 'ems.
Yes.
Glaber,
he's still there. Judge, still there.
Yeah.
Sevi, Tanaka,
yeah.
Paxton.
Yeah. But let's ask the tough question.
Free agents?
Free agents.
Ooh.
Didi Gregorius.
All right. Ooh, this is the toughest one out of all of them, honestly.
I think, yes.
To keep him?
You keep him.
You have to.
That lefty bat, he's also not going to be asking for the world.
Not to mention replacing the captain,
Derek Jeter.
And doing it with style.
And he did it, and you know what? He might be a splotchy hitter at times, but he hits in big moments. Like, he stunk at the end of the regular season.
I admit.
And guess what? He hit a grand slam against the Twinkies.
Yeah.
He was lights out against the Twinkies. So, I'd rather have that than a guy who does the inverse and stink during the playoffs. Like Edwin.
Not to mention a guy that smiles a lot, Mr. Didi Gregorius.
Didi, and God, love those tweets that he does after all the wins.
Hashtag start spreading the news, emoji, this, that.
All the emojis that represent the players' names. Giving love to always everybody except himself.
Of course.
I think that's somebody you re-sign.
Team player. Yeah.
Now.
I do have to admit. Who's next? Edwin?
Nah.
That was it.
I was going to go Brett Gardner, but... Either one, I think.
Brett Gardner.
Brett Gardner's him and CeCe Sabathia were the only two guys on our roster that were on that previous 2009 World Series winning team.
Well, now it's going to be Brett Gardner since CeCe retired. And by the way, respect to him. He literally pitched until his arm fell off.
Yeah, and his arm did fall off.
He tore everything in his left arm. You got to give respect to that. That's someone you want on your team. But
CeCe?
Thank you, sir. Oh, what is that?
I'm trying to see if
it's not working. But anyway,
I got love for you, big guy.
Big heart.
Two C's.
At least this was easy to do.
But my heart is black right now.
Yeah.
Because it's broken and filled with hate.
I've never been so depressed over a Yankees playoff loss. And I've seen a lot in this decade.
Such a disappointment, man.
Shades of 2004. That's what it felt like.
This was 50 Shades of ass.
Yeah.
I
don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say either.
It's like you want to strict on the positives, but there's more negative. You say something positive, and then the negative just goes.
Yeah, it was right in our face. It was pooping cats and dogs all day, and I don't know. Do I look forward to basketball now? I mean,
the Nets are playing right now.
regular season NBA.
And then there's football, except our teams are terrible right now.
My Pittsburgh Steelers.
My New York Giants, 2-5. Daniel Jones passing the receivers.
I got a guy named Duck.
Duck?
The backup.
Oh,
that came in. And,
oh, good lord. Yeah, he's the backup.
And
I forgot about Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph almost died. Remember that?
Yep. I do remember.
Literally, he throws a ball and
then he gets his...
I'm not going to do it for the camera, but pretend this is a middle finger.
Yeah.
He throws the ball and he got hit so hard that his hand stayed in the position that he threw it in.
Oh my...
And
it was that bad. Oh.
So for those who didn't know, he got hit so hard.
Yeah, it looked like he got hit by a freight train.
He was knocked out. Unconscious in that hit. But it was scary because all the signs of cerebral damage came. The fact that his hand was stuck in the middle finger position, you wanted to laugh, but you also didn't because it was a very scary moment. And it also, you kind of wanted to laugh because they unscrewed the mask off of his helmet, and he looked like just like a kid with I'm an astronaut, and had like a bit of alien thing. All these little goofy things were happening in a very dark moment. Oh, and yeah, they didn't have a cart that worked to get him off the field.
So they actually had to lift him off the field?
They had to walk. He had to walk off. And he was not even there.
Is there any updates on him? Is he still alive right now?
He's still alive.
Okay, that's a start.
It was a severe concussion, but
all right. Where do I begin with my Giants, by the way? First of all,
decoy by Duckhorn. Just kidding. Continue.
First of all, Daniel Jones, don't hate on him. Because he literally has no freaking support at all. Literally, offense, defense, receivers can't catch.
Yeah.
Literally everything that
really
could possibly go wrong has been going wrong for the Giants.
And Mr. Meow Meow Saquon Barkley, Mr. Barks, can't do it all himself.
No.
So, I mean, you need a team, you need a defense. You also, like you said, don't have a receiver that can catch a ball.
No. Literally, ever since Odell left, who do I trust?
No one.
Literally, I haven't trusted anyone.
Ever. Again.
Sterling Shepard, I like him and all. Evan Ingram, constantly getting injured. That offensive line literally could just be a pile of bricks. That's how bad they are.
No. A pile of cotton balls.
Because
at least a pile of bricks would stop somebody every once in a while.
You're so fine. But anyway, they don't do anything. They really haven't done anything. Why are we 2-5? I literally thought, I'm like, when we were 2-2, I'm like, oh wait. Okay. There's a mob. And then reality hit me like that.
The lineman that can't block, Eli would get sacked like a sack of potatoes.
But at least he moves around a little bit. At least
this guy, Daniel Jones, can shift and make one miss, or he can be mobile. The modern quarterback needs to be mobile. It just has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And tonight is a very interesting Thursday night game.
What's the Thursday night game?
It's Minnesota Vikings against the Washington Redskins.
Why? Why is that even a game?
And guess what? It's the great return of Adrian Peterson. Yeah,
and
Kirk Cousins is going to Washington, and Adrian Peterson going back to Minnesota. Who cares? The end.
Who cares? The Redskins, have they even won a game?
No. They did.
They're 1-6.
They beat the Miami Dolphins.
That's right. Wow, really? Oh yeah.
Now all these teams that are tanking for Tua might have to ask a question, because Tua is hurt. Is he not?
Yes, he is. I don't think Tua is also going to be going with Miami, especially if they have Rosen.
Rosen's been playing like ass, but also, just like you're saying with Daniel Jones, you need a team. Dolphins got nobody.
They literally I don't think I can. Wait, Kenyon Drake? Is that?
I don't even
That's one player I know. That's pretty much it.
They still have Jason Taylor?
I have no idea.
Oh, come on. That was a joke. See, now this is where I know I'm a little bit older.
Yeah.
Jason Taylor, the sexy defensive end / linebacker. The guy he's in the booth now. He calls games as the color guy for Westwood One, ESPN Radio, football.
Oh.
Jason Taylor, Hall of Famer.
I've heard of him, I think.
Oh my God, I'm old.
You're not that much older than me.
Am I old? Well, this was crap. Yankees.
Dude, just throw the notebook like that. Hey, you want some help? Want me to help you out?
Yeah, this is your thing.
Fine.
And that's all for this week.
Yep.
Guess what? We're sick. We're tired.
You know what?
This is the end of the season for the Yankees, and I wish it ended on a better note.
First of all, thank you for watching us, by the way, throughout the Yankee season.
Yes. Episodes will be slightly different.
Yes.
Up. You should watch to see how they're different.
You should still watch them, though.
Because we're not just going to piece it together by figuring out what the heck to talk about anymore. We're still Yankee fans at heart, but
we can't talk about them 24/7.
No. And we actually have a lot of cool, interesting stuff to say about our lives. And we are just a couple of schmucks.
A couple of 20-year-old schmucks who apparently like to bull crap on everything.
And I have a lot of crap in my intestines, but I also have a lot of crap in my mind.
I also have a lot of crap in my throat. That's why my throat sounds like this right now.
It sounds like Darth Vader. Batman.
The Yankees, they blew everything.
And on that note, sayonara. Where can you find us on social media?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest right there. All right, so you can find us on Twitter at @Pinstripes, Instagram @Pinstripes, podcast platforms everywhere. We're getting there.
And that's all, folks. We thank you. We appreciate it.
I'm James Scrappy Voice Yevon.
TJ's very upset with the Yankees, Stolzenberg. And never forget to rock and or roll. That's as good as it's going to be.
Yeah. I might not do music for this one. I might just keep it silent.
Yeah, it should just be like this dark silence with the fade in or something.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing.
That's a good idea. That's what we can start playing with, too.